Hey beautiful people, welcome back to another episode. You're here with me, Sarit and Stevie K. Okay, today guys, we're going to be talking about how hard and difficult it is being in your 40s trying to make friends.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. I thought she was going to do a big spiel or something like that.
I thought you just jump in anyway.
No. It's not just about making friends in your 40s. I think you can make friends in your 40s, or I don't know, maybe can you? I think it's making the kind of friends that you want.
Yeah, I think as we get...
you get on with that, people who have the same interests as you, same energy, same vibe.
I feel like we're a bit more pickier as we mature, we get older. Whereas before, when you're younger, you didn't care who it was. It could be a friend of a friend's, and you'll just make friends easily, and you wouldn't mind spending that time.
No, you did different things. It wasn't like now. Yeah, I agree with that. I got introduced to many people who weren't initially my friends, but I ended up doing things like football or whatever, and the people who actually took me there to play football in the first place, they stopped going and I just carried on.
Yeah.
But anyway, this subject matter, we came to the conclusion of deciding to talk about this stuff because we know there's loads of people out there. It's not just 30s, 40s, 50s who can't make friends, or you can be friends with people like colleagues, family members and stuff like that, but it's not always the same case. It's like sometimes you're making do with the people around you, even though, or you're making the efforts to do the things with the people around you because they have no one else like us do. I'm just saying, most of the stuff we do together, it's like, no, I'm not saying you don't like hiking or you don't like, I know the kind of things I like, and you would probably come with me. Not that I say that you don't like them, but it's not something that you would like to do probably like a weekly thing, whereas there's certain things that I wouldn't mind doing weekly, but I only got you.
Just like, I get it. Just like, obviously, shopping, we went the other day and you within 5-10 minutes, he was just like, I'm done with this.
Go shopping and stuff like that, I can't do that.
He was done. And I was like, he was like, why can't you find friends and go shopping with us? I said, this is something that I like to do myself, to be honest. It'd be nice once in a full moon, but I like to shop myself, and browse and stuff. But it's nice to go with you because we can have coffee and stuff. You don't always have to hang around me whilst I'm shopping, and you do your thing, I do my thing.
But there's nothing else to do when you go out shopping.
Yeah. But that was a different argument we had. Before he could stand there for hours on end.
So basically, what happened this week? Obviously, number one, we had our 26th wedding anniversary, so we were away, and so we had a bit of a break. That's why things aren't running as smoothly as they normally do. And but then Sweet done a video, TikTok video. If you guys haven't checked that one out, go onto her TikTok, have a look. And she talks about friends, like, come on, where are you girls at? We like to dress up, like to do this, like to do that, blah, blah, blah.
They didn't do as well as my my outfit of the day video, though, surprisingly.
Obviously. And I know someone at my gym, lovely person. I might as well mention her. Hi, Henry, just in case you watch.
Do they watch? Can I ask? Do they know about what you do?
They know.
Hi, Henry. I hear lots about you.
Anyway, Henry's a lovely guy, and he was talking to me. We're sitting in a sauna and we're chilling, and he's going today he's going Cardiff golfing for his friend's 70th. Henry's 69, and he's going for he's in great shape. Lovely guy for his age. Lovely guy anyway, but
I believe that. Can I say why? Because just the other day when we were out we bumped into another friend of his who goes to the gym, who was in his, is he in his
73?
The man looked better than Steve. I was like, he had muscles on him. He stopped and he spoke to us, and he was so lovely to speak to.
Lovely. They're all people who are so retired or, there's so much you can learn from them. But what I loved was that he basically told me he's going Cardiff for his friend's 70th. And they're all going golfing, so it's like they're going to stay over a night. So playing golf today, the group of them.
Yeah.
Then obviously a few drinks later on, he said, in the evening. So they're hoping that they'll be okay in the morning. So I don't think it's going to be he said, don't go crazy, but still going to be talking about old school stories, whatever it might be. I'm just assuming that. See, and then he said we're golfing tomorrow before we head back, which I thought was lovely. And then his birthday is a day after mine in May. And he was just basically going, Steve, you probably won't see me for a few weeks during May. I was like, why? He goes, it's my 70th. And basically, mine's on the 11th, his is on the 12th. So we were like talking, and he was like going, for about 3 or 4 nights, he's got 4 daughters, and they're like married, and he goes, the 15 of them are going, staying at a manor,
Wow.
where they're getting a private chef, but it's what his daughters and son-in-laws have all done for him for his 70th. And he goes, but basically every year he doesn't like the fuss, but they do it. And he goes, I always say that, they go 70 only comes once. He goes 69 only came once, 59 only came once, 80.
They do a lot for him.
So basically, and he goes, it's lovely. They're like, you just have to think about what clothes you got to wear. Just make sure you're dressing up.
Yeah.
Right. I think one of his son-in-laws a doctor. And we were just like talking about things like that, that they're doing that. And then he said that after we come back, later in that week, my wife's taking me to Mallorca for a week.
Mallorca?
And he goes, more or less, she's like, oh, it's your... And he's like, why are we going for? And he's like, it's your birthday. And he's like, yeah, okay, so you want to go to Mallorca. But okay, he goes, normally she'll just do that anyway.
Aww.
We're going here and she'll just do it. And
so she doesn't ask him where does he want to go. She just books
she just says what she feels like would be nice.
Try doing
and
that
then
with you.
Do that.
I would not.
But anyway... So for me, it ended up becoming, like I said to him, I would love to have people that I could do golfing with, and also he goes cycling. Went cycling on the weekend. He'd done 33 miles cycling,
70-year-old
2.5 hours, and he said he went with his son-in-law, who's also loves cycling, done 88 miles. And he goes, got one son-in-law who loves golfing. So every now and again he does that. He goes, but mainly I do it with my friends, and the other one who does cycling. Yeah. So every now and again, and he was just saying how they were like, make sure that you eat, you got to be like this. And he goes, it's like they're telling me off. And, he's talking like that. But what I loved was, and I said, listening to him, I know I'm going on a bit, but listening to him, all I sat there and I thought was, you're blessed. Not just the family, like all these people are fussing over him and, making sure that he feels, but he's got these friends, he's got people who enjoy doing what he enjoys doing, and he doesn't have to do son-in-law has to do, one son-in-law has to do everything that he likes. One likes cycling, so he goes cycling with him, and he goes, but then, he's like that. He goes, I didn't eat for 2.5 hours. And he's like, Dad, why didn't you eat? You're supposed to have eaten, and stuff like. And I find that nice. And he always laughs and jokes whilst he's telling, and it's lovely. And this is what I mean.
I'd like to meet him.
When I hear these stories from everyone that I sit around, I always look at how their lives are and what you realise what's more valuable.
Yeah.
I know we're supposed to be always like joking now and laughing everything down to whilst we're doing this stuff, but that's how I feel when I'm around them.
Yeah.
They make me feel. Yeah, this is what you want. This is the importance. It's not about that flash.
You look up to.
They're like many of them, most of them retired, and they're all very well off.
Yeah.
And they've all had their businesses, educated and everything, but none of them are talking about their cars or their houses and things like that. I mean, Henry still misses work at times, but he doesn't. So he goes to Malaysia every about 2 or 3 times a year because that's where he's from.
I want to meet Henry. I really want to meet him. You're going to have to arrange that.
But he did say to me, he goes, if you ever want to go golf, but he goes, but you'll be with us old, thinking, like,
See, he's considerate as well, thinking it might be out of place for you.
But I just kept on thinking, that's what I want. Friends, it doesn't have to be one person, friends, or, can you imagine? Like, or family members. That's what you want. Yeah. Those are the relationships.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like me, and he's like, how about your birthday? So what are you doing? I went, if I'm doing anything, I'd probably go, I want to be in nature. I love nature. I've started loving it a lot more than I used to. I wouldn't mind going hiking. If it's a beautiful day, I wouldn't even mind going to the beach. It's got to be outdoors. You do that, and then you're like... And I said, mine is the total opposite. If it's me, I'm planning my birthday and I'm paying for everyone. And that'll be probably my future. My son-in-laws will probably come. I probably have to pay for them as well. I have to probably pay for their kids as well. I have to pay for everyone else as well.
It's like that Modern Family that we watch.
And he'll be like, Jay, yeah, I'll be like that. Like basically, Dad, it's your birthday. That's what I get. Yeah, so what are you planning on doing? Well, I was thinking of just having my own time. No, we'll all come down, bring you nothing, and then what you doing now? You're paying for everyone. Oh, we might as well bring other people as well. That's what I get. It's like my birthday and I'm treating everyone else.
No,
Well,
it's the
all right.
excuses is because they're students or they you know, they're living out now. It's like, okay, but you have the money to spend, you know, on your boyfriends or have a night out or eating takeouts, to have takeouts all the time and stuff. But yeah.
So that's how I see it. And it's always like, yeah, you know what? No, it's okay. You like don't have to come, because it ends up being just me treating everyone. And you know, and yet it's my birthday, and I'm like going, oh, this was. I could do that anyway, without people. Friends. Anyway, but friends, I think going back to it, it's like sometimes even as I think being grown up in the culture or you know, in the traditions that we have, many sort of parents think that their friendships, it's okay. You know what? When my children grow up, we'll do it with them. You know, or it's their brothers and sisters. Yeah. It's got to be someone who's closer to them, that you don't need that. That's it. Your family becomes your friends. And you have this expectation that, like you probably have thought, girls will grow up and I'll do things with them.
Yeah.
You know, I'll go out. I like to go out. I like to go to afternoon tea. I like to go for cocktails, and dress up. But they will be like, yeah, again, Mum, we don't mind coming as long as you're paying, but we don't want to be on the camera.
He's talking on my behalf, like he knows everything, because obviously these are things I say to him. Honestly, I've just been out just the other day and I was like, I just feel like it's pointless. Like, that's how it feels like. And I think maybe they'll get to a stage where they really do want to spend time with their parents, but it's all, either it's just drama stuff going on in their lives and it's just draining, or they're just in a mood or a foul mood, and you don't want to take them out and spend that money, because it just doesn't feel like it's not been special, as it you know, you're taking the kids out and you want it to be something enjoyable.
And they also don't want to be in front of the camera because they know that what we do. But like other people, friends wouldn't even give a crap.
See, that's,
I mean, like, you know, true family. You see families, you see like the Beckhams and people like that.
Yeah.
You know, they're celebrating something. People are in their pictures. You know, it's
being
part of their life,
to be mindful,
because they know that this is part of their life.
Yeah,
you know?
being mindful of what you can and can't do. Even when you're a bit like, oh shit, they're gonna find this
like this is our birthday. It's just me. No, didn't you have people around you? No, they have. They just didn't want to.
Do you know what? It's not even that. I wouldn't want friends in my life who are not happy with what I do. Like, even that, going out with them, that they don't want to be in pictures with me, or they don't. You know, it comes to a point where I'd like those like-minded people who want to do the same thing. There's nothing wrong with taking a photo. Oh, you can take a photo, but don't post it of me, like, kind of thing. I want people who enjoy what I do. Yeah. So that's why I don't settle for anything.
Part of it. I mean,
I don't settle for anything.
You know, no one's telling you to be a social media influencer or or a celebrity or whatever it is. Not that we are, but. You know,
I think I've had that twice now. It's happened where I'm like, I can't deal with it.
Many people who do podcasts, like, you know, who might be, there's people out there who are doctors, who are other, you know what I mean? Yeah. Everyone's doing either podcasts or YouTube or something. They're on social media, even with the profession that they got, their businesses. But they still have friends and families who come on. They don't all of a sudden, their friends like, no, you know what I mean? I don't want to be part of your occasion or something. I know it's like, if you got youngsters, like, you know, like my son's age, if his friends came over and they were part of it, I know that, you know what, their parents and all that, I'm going to be mindful. They're also kids. So, you know, I'll probably put emoji over their faces or something, even if they were in the frame, to say, look, you know what, you know, I understand safety and things. And not only that, other people might not be comfortable. But it's just like going, this is part of my life.
Exactly. It's a big difference with our kids. They're the girls. They definitely don't want to be seen, or, you know, they have their mamas. So yeah, we're okay with it, but then they're not okay with it. But our son, he's so, like, with him, he's like, yeah, he's not bothered. Like, he's not bothered at all. Sometimes I say to him, do you want me to take this off just in case a friend of yours sees it? It's like, no. But he loves what we do. And
I always thought that he would probably be more bothered because he's like kid who's in school.
And it's not just that. Obviously, his mum as well, being seen on screen, and how boys are. But he's like, I said something
encouraging to us.
He really is.
He gets involved with us, and I love that. I love his support.
I do. I said something to him the other day. Like, I was like, Via, don't feel like doing this no more. And he was like, Mom, no, you're not doing that. You know, he's like, no, I want you to carry on doing what you're doing, because he sees. And I love that about him. And that's the same, like I said, I've been out a couple of times with people and, you know, be friends, or even with the kids, and they're like, oh, don't take photos of me, or, you know, and you have to feel like you're doing it on the sly, and they're probably judging you, like, what are you doing? And, you know, it's like part of my job, but it's the food, even that you feel like you're getting judged and stuff. And I don't like to be feeling uncomfortable with what I do, being around people with what I do. If you don't like it, then I don't want to be hanging around with you. If you don't want to be involved, you don't want to be, you know, in my life.
Yeah, because I mean, you can still be a different kind of friend. That, okay, we have, you know, you don't have to have all that, you know, part of it. Yeah. But like you just said, many times it's like now I know guys that would happily go and watch a game of football in the pub and have a few pints and a curry or something. I don't want that. You know, and the thing is, I could do that with you. I could do that with. It's not fun. They could do that with anyone. There's nothing. There's no, you know. Once in a while, I understand, but I don't even do that now. I've just gone so much away from that. I don't go to the pub to watch football, and I don't like to, you know. And if we're trekking or doing something, now I don't mind stopping off and then maybe have one drink, and it's just nice, and then we leave, kind of thing. I don't
Once
think
in a full moon, it just feels nicer, doesn't it?
But for me, that isn't. Yeah, I'm not saying that I can't be friends with those people, but again, it's just. I want people that, like I said, go hiking, go cycling, go golfing, go things like that. And I was saying to Henry, I go, I just don't have that. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
And I don't see other people who...
I don't think it's just it's hard just for us because of what we do. I feel like it is, as you get older, it's hard to make those friends. It doesn't matter what job title you're in. Like, I do believe it is to do with, you know, you've been there, you've done it, you've had those friends have come and gone. You don't want that no more. You want people, you know, like you were saying,
no,
you know, you make friends of friends.
I don't want friends. I'm just sitting there gossiping and just drinking alcohol, or we're at each other's houses. You know, like family. Back in the days, you'd go to each other's houses. I don't mind. I didn't mind it as a youngster, but now I'm like, the only reason I'm going to come to yours is because we don't have to pay for outside. Yeah. There's nothing else you lot want to do, and this seems convenient and easy.
Yeah, yeah.
And plus, I've gone away from bitching. Like, you know, as in, I don't want to be like bitching about people. I'd rather just go, let's not talk about that. Let's do things.
I'd like to be in a friendship or have friends around me that it's a two-way conversation. You're taking something from them as well as them taking from you. Because I feel like with us, it's always been take. And, you know, we've had friends who've come into our lives and, you know, you've shared a lot about yourself and you realise later that they're, you know, whatever we were thinking and wanting to do, they've done just that. But yet they didn't tell us, but yet they're supposed to be friends.
Well, we're thinking about doing this and doing that. Yeah, okay. Because we're quite open book kind of thing.
We
like
are,
that.
aren't we?
I don't
think that's bad of us to be so open because people take so much shit away from us and yet we don't
is,
learn nothing about them.
The weird thing is, but thing is, I like to be me and I just like feel like, you know what, I've got nothing to hide.
Yeah.
And not only that, I don't look at people in the sense that, oh my God, they're going to nip my ideas. I just think, okay, if I've got an idea and I'm expressing to you, even if you take it, you're taking it, you know what, you have to still put the work in and do it. I ain't got an issue with that. Yeah. You know,
it's a bit shocking though when you find later that they've done what you were saying. Like, they had no idea.
I mean, I understand if they spoke to me and said, look, Steve, you know that idea you had?
I was thinking this.
You know what, I think it was great. Would you know what if I was to, are you still going to go about it? Or do you think, or whatever? Because it's been stuck in my head since you've been saying it. I think I could do this. And I would just go, then do it, dude. You know, I wouldn't say, how dare you? I would be going, okay, you know what? That's acknowledging that I came up with something, you heard it, and you thought, wow, okay, you know what I mean? But when they do like do it, and you're going, they had no intention, nor did they mention doing this, or moving house, or buying this, or doing that.
Yeah.
And then I've said I would move here, or I would do this, or I'd buy that, or this is what my intention, and you've just gone and done it. And it's not that, at that time, it's not like while they were the doers. I mean, could have done it. It's not that, but it's just that. Yeah, but if you had mentioned it, I get it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, never did.
But you haven't. You're talking about something totally else.
Yeah.
Or not at all.
Yeah, it's just nice, isn't it? Because I'm sure if you, I'd met someone and they mentioned something. Oh God, that's just sparked something in me. I'd like to do that. You know.
See, it's like now I'm mentioning Henry. Henry was like talking about, you know, he's gone to Mallorca and staying at Manor House. Just like, and I was like, I would actually say to you, God, Henry gave me that idea.
The only reason we say it because this is not the first time. It's happened so many times where we've spoken about stuff. You know, we've opened like a book, and other people have gone and they've never mentioned a word about it, or you know, we're supposed to be friends here, like, and it's happened so many times. So I don't like that. I want a give and take kind of thing when we have friends. So that we're a bit more wary and like wiser.
Again, like I said, I don't look at people. When I'm around people, I like to be me. And I don't like to, like, if I'm already going to be around people where I'm trying to be something I'm not, or I'm trying to hold things back.
Yeah.
Then already it tells me that these people can't be trusted.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I'm trying to be something I'm not. I don't fully trust these people. Therefore, I'm not going to openly tell them what I'm thinking and feeling, or I want them to see me as something else.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but truthfully, it's not that. Whereas me, I just go, I just like vomit it. I just like going, well, I've got nothing to hide. Yeah. This is me, honest and true. You take me how I am. Me, most of the time when I meet people, I realise I don't even know. You know, I think it's not because I do keep on talking, but the thing is, it's like, It's like trying to take blood out of a stone.
Yeah.
What do you do for a living? I go to work. Interesting. Yeah. How's work? It's all right.
What is the purpose of this meeting? Why are we even together? Like,
so, any plans for the future? Yeah, I got a few.
Yeah. So basically, we want inspiring. What we want inspiring people in our lives who share as much as we share, and not like want to hide away. And like you said, you want to, when you're with someone, you already know your nervous system and you feel uncomfortable. Like I've done it where I wouldn't not give it the third chance. I'd do it once, twice, thinking maybe it was my, it's all in my head. Second time, third time, there's no chance it's happening at all because you can't be wrong. You know what I mean?
No.
And if you've had, like you said, from the past experiences, making friends from friends on friends, it was so easy to do, and you've learned so much. At this age, you've learned so much. Who's going to stay, who isn't going to stay in your life, and you want that consistency.
See, like the people at the gym, I think they're wonderful, but majority of them are about everywhere from about 15 to 20 years older than me.
Yeah.
And I know their group of friends are the same. They're all sort of retired kind
of
thing.
But you look up at people myself, like that.
I look up and I just like thinking, you know what? That's the future I would want.
Same.
I'm not thinking, again, I love the fact that they've done whatever. They're never talking about money. They're never talking about what they own and things like that. Even though I know from the others of, in between, like, who did what and what factory they owned or what did they do or how many housing businesses they own and, what they're retired from. But the thing is, it's what they do with their life.
Yeah.
And it's that.
We could be perceived as being very picky, but I don't think it is. Is it being picky and with your friends? I think like you need to be, don't you? Like you wouldn't.
Yeah, because I'd rather have quality than quantity. I don't want so many people, and then not only that, I don't want people in my life just for the sake of it, just because I want to fill time and space. Yeah. That you just go there and you're going, so what we're going to do? You know what? I haven't got anyone else, but this person always knows everyone else's business and stories and, this, that and the other. So let's just talk about it. Let's just pass the... Majority of times when you're hanging around with certain family and friends, it's to pass the time. Mm. So it distracts you from everything else or the boredom of life. Mm. Kids are growing up. Okay, it doesn't matter. They ain't our friends. Let's go and talk about something else. Let's just distract our time. And that's what ends up happening. I don't want to distract my time. I want to enjoy my time. There's a difference.
Yeah.
And again, it's not... And it is nice, like I said, nothing wrong with people getting together and cooking together and having a laugh and a joke and chatting about some things now and again. But you've got to understand that why are we doing this all the time?
That's it. It's like
do you know what I mean?
With what you're very much like standoffish. In that you don't reach out to people or anything like that. You don't communicate with what we do. You don't communicate with people as much, really, do you? Or want to like socialize. Whereas I get a lot of people who do, message me through Instagram, and I do have little conversations here or there. But even then, like, if they want to meet and stuff, I'm having these conversations, and I'm just through the conversation on the Instagram, I get to realize what they're like. And I'm like, no, I don't see, I wouldn't want to. Like before, it'd be like, just like that. You'd go out and you'd have coffee with someone who's just mentioned, hey, I really like your vibe, or, you've met them once in a club or something. Or no, like there's been about 3 girls that have been in touch with me, and I'm talking back and forth, and I'm like, neither of you lot. See, and I would not have been like that before.
I think for me is if someone was like, yeah, dude, like, even if I chatted, you want to meet up for a drink, I think that's it. It's not something I want. Someone said to me now, I'm not being bad, like, I chatted for a bit and like, dude, so what do you like doing? Oh, God, I also like hiking. Oh, I play golf at such and such. Should join us one time. You just get that, you might just go, no one, let me go. I'm not saying I wouldn't give them a go. I'm just going, okay, there's an interest of something that I would like to do, and this person also enjoys doing it. We might not be able to talk about other things or do other stuff, but this might be nice. Like I just said about Henry. Yeah. Like one son-in-law he goes cycling with, and the other one he does golfing with. And you look at that and you're going, well, you're not going to force the other one to come and do that if it's something he doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you can't enjoy yourself with either or. Yeah. So I wouldn't mind, like, if there was a friend who did hiking, then another friend who did golfing, another friend who played snooker, another friend who went camping. Yeah, it's that kind of stuff that you're just going, okay, that's great. That different vibe, different atmosphere. And then they don't have to all each know each other, but it's that thing, finding them. And I think that's where people find it, other people probably find it difficult as well. Yeah. And that's why you just more or less settle with going, well, this is what I got. Let's see if these people that I've got around me want to do it because there's nobody else.
Yeah.
And you sometimes forcing other people to do it. Or you end up just doing what they want to do because you're going, well, they're not going to do that, and I need to do something. So let's just make do. It's that.
Yeah.
And many people, I think, settle for what they've always had or what they got because they go in, well, we're too old to get anything, do the stuff that we want to do and things.
And it's not easy, like, as well, like breaking away ties, even though you know that, this friendship, you feel like you're just settling for it because that's the only thing you have got. Yeah. And it's difficult to find.
It's like, I would love to do, like, in the future, I look at it and go, I would love to, like, go hiking and doing stuff with our son. But I don't know if he's going to like it. So, and I would rather him do it because, I would want him to give it a go, but I'd rather him do it because he wants to do it, not because he just, like, goes, well, Dad loves hiking. And, even that would mean a lot. But the Dad loves hiking. He hasn't got nobody else. I feel sorry for him. Let me go.
Yeah, it's the same with me. I used to just think about, the kids are going to go to uni or they're going to move out and they're going to, they're going to spend more time with me. They're going to want to spend more time with me. Now I'm like, shit, man, I don't actually want to. Like, you want to, but not in the way things are. Because it's like, for example, it's funny to say this, but like, you think, you go out with girlfriends. The rounds, you all get around each. Here, it's like mom's paying for the freaking round. We want to go out for Mother's Day. We want to do this. Or we want to do that. But
are you paying?
It's you who's paying for it all.
Yeah.
And it's not even that.
Take you out for your birthday or for Mother's Day or for Father's Day. You got the bill, yeah.
And it's the nonsense that you have to hear with it, or that and like, I do not want to do this, but yes, I did have those times where I used to look forward to it.
Then I look at them and I'm like going, God, you know what? And
I think it's the phase Henry's they go through.
Like son-in-laws, I'm like going, God, we should have like son-in-laws who actually like turn around and going, let's take you out. You know what? You deserve it. Let's make you happy. Not like going, oh, here we go. Like, let's go out with him. Oh, Father, I won't pay for everything. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? I'm like, what? Like this.
At least when you go out with friends, it's going to be either half, or you're going to be getting the round in, or someone's going to be doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like,
you're equal. And you're not only that, you're not only equal. You're showing that the other person also matters to you. You're not just there. That person's there and going, okay, take care of me.
Yeah.
I'm important. You're not.
Yeah.
You value each other. You respect each other.
Of course.
And I think that's the thing. Why? I'm not saying that there's people out there, I'm sure, will turn around and say, I've got a great relationship with my daughter-in-law or my son-in-law, or me and my brother are really good, or me and my sister are really good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some relationships where people really enjoy doing the thing and they can do it together. And there's couples out there who love doing certain things together. We do a lot together, but like I said, there's sometimes I like to go to the movies, right? But I don't really, and I always look at it going, I really want to watch this movie. I've only got you.
Yeah, but a movie is the kind of thing.
You will come with me, but I've also been at the cinema many times. This was including Batman: The Dark Knight, which is a massive, amazing movie for all the people who like. And Sri asked me what I want to do, and I said I wanted to watch Batman: The Dark Knight. Went to the cinema, and Sri, I think, counted all the tiles on the ceiling, and said this was one of the most boringest film I've ever seen. And you guys know
you never learn from your mistakes.
What the rating of, and the thing is, I didn't end up enjoying it because I could just see that she wasn't there and she wanted to get the heck out of there. So I had to watch it at home when it got released to enjoy it. So it's that.
Yeah, but a movies is a place where it's okay to go alone. You don't have to take someone with you. Yeah, I understand if you want to play football or you want to do something else. That is something.
Yeah, but that's the same thing you can say about golf. You could just
you need people to play. No, you don't. You can just golf yourself.
Well, you can go hiking by yourself.
Hiking, you can.
There's so many things that you can do by yourself. It's not that you can't do them by yourself, but you want to sometimes do it with other people who want to also do it.
And this is why, like, there are groups and stuff out there as well, but we're reluctant to do that kind of stuff. Like, make friends, like kind of clubs and stuff to make friends. Would you do something like that? Do you think you would?
The thing is, I think most of the clubs are on like Facebook and all. I'm not on Facebook.
Yeah, I just can't stand Facebook.
I'm on social media, but I'm not on Facebook.
Isn't that weird? Why is that?
I don't know. I'm sure there's clubs on there. It's just fine. I do think it isn't easy finding. I think you need to be out there to find the people that you want to do that stuff with. But it's not easy to do that because certainly with us, what we do as a profession is that from home, unless we're going out together and we've been invited places. And again, that becomes our job. Yeah. So finding people for us isn't easy because majority of the time it's when you're out there doing the thing
Yeah.
I don't think it's something you could do in golfing. Like, you just go there and like, dude, can I play with you? Like, and they're just like going, who the heck are you? You know, it's not something you like, can basically do. But maybe it is. Maybe you just got to settle and understand that, hey, when you get older, friends will come. But also, I think, what is your value? I think that's what the main thing is. I mean, I don't think it's hard making friends. I just think that what is your value in what kind of friends you want to make?
And that's where we are.
Because it's easy hanging around with people.
Yeah.
It's easy doing stuff with people.
Yeah.
But is it the kind of stuff that you want to do, or are you just trying to pass your time because I haven't got this, therefore I'll settle with this? You know, I feel like, people who... my head was like people who don't get married. Shit, I've waited till I'm 40, 50. I'm married. All that time I was so picking this, that and the other. I'll settle with this.
Yeah. And people do that,
they
though.
do. No, it's true. And I think that's what it is. Everyone passes their time whilst they're doing other things and focusing on everything else. Then all of a sudden they're going, anything will do.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't be the case.
Yeah.
You should still be able to go, no, I know what I want. And if I don't get it, then,
And that's how we are at the moment. And there's nothing wrong with that. But, you could be an outsider and thinking, God, they're a bit too much. Or it's, But... We've been there, done that. We've had those friends. It's easy to make. It's easy.
I think also what the story is.
Yeah.
When you've
like you remember, you could go
book. If I know how it's going to be with each individual friend, when you've gone out for a meal or gone out for a drink or you watch football or whatever it is, I know how the experience is. I know how it's going to feel, and you come back and you're like going, well, the next time's the same. Even if it's a different friend but doing the same thing, it's the same experience. So but you're just talking about different things. So just like it gets to the point where you just go in, I don't want that experience. I've done that when I was younger. I want different experiences.
I've had a lot of old friends from high school and stuff that have reached out to me, but I already know that there's not any point in taking it any further. I just know from speaking to them, having some kind of interaction, that we've outgrown each other, and I know I'm not going to enjoy their company.
But you become different people, and that's the other thing. I think when you had friends in your past, nothing bad about them, but you guys have grown and gone in a different journey, and
it's okay.
We all change.
But you do feel bad, Steve, when they're reaching out. They're like, "Hey, what do you think?" And they're dropping little comments. I'm like,
I mean, I've had girls from that I used to know from college who reached out and said, "Hey, what do you think? We want to meet up?" And I was just like going, she was pretty. Yeah, we can do, but then.
I don't believe that, because you don't even... I don't believe it at
all. Because it's not true.
You wouldn't know what to do. I'd have to reply for you. If that was the case, you'd be like, what was I?
Well, just go and chat GPT and say, can you reply back for me? I don't need you now.
It was so easy back in the days. Just go out. I didn't care. I was careless of what kind of friends. You remember, you go out to a club, the amount of friends I'd just... make
just like that
even on social media, just like that. And now it's like anyone reaches out to me, I have this pass rate. Speak to them for a certain amount of months. I'm like, nope, can't be dealing with this kind of person.
So I don't even have time to do that.
I don't have time. It's not like I sit there doing that. When I do have back and forth conversations, and you do think, oh, maybe. I don't jump into things straight away. You'd be 7 months before I get a coffee, you get a coffee out of me. And if that is, I'm feeling something here. I've learned from my mistakes. And it's the same, not long ago when I was thinking, oh, this would be good. For work-wise, I could probably, benefit from this myself, as learn something and also share stuff that woman I met with. Jesus, that was a learning curve for me. I will not do that ever again. She drained the hell out of me. Yet she came across so educated, so smart when you see her. So you don't really know a person until you meet them. So you can be whatever you are on social media. Honestly, strong character. She's got all these businesses. She's got all these whatever they were, houses and stuff.
You came back and you was going, oh my God, never meet her again.
I just wanted to, no.
Yeah, I get it.
I can't deal with that.
See, so anyway, maybe, when I get to 70, I might meet those kind of people.
Hey.
But you got to make do. Like I said, at the end of the day, up until then.
I think there's a lot of people just encouraging them as well, because we're in that boat. We don't feel miserable about it. It is what it is. You wait for the right people. You don't need to be, just making friends aimlessly. There's nothing wrong with the stage that you are.
I know who I am. I know what I would like to do.
Yeah.
And I know who you are. And I'm not saying, like I said, Sri and I do loads of things together anyway. We'll go on the cocktails with you when you want to go.
Oh God, we used to do that a lot. But the thing is, can I just say
but
one
you'll
thing?
go on the hiking with me and stuff.
The cocktails we used to do so much, but I enjoyed it more with you than I have even with my girls. Honestly, I really have. And I say to you, I'd rather do it with you than do it with them, because there is always something that either ends up happening, or it is that they won't drink enough and have a laugh, or it won't let go because they're with mom. Because it's not the same.
No, it's
so I
not
do
the same.
prefer it with you. It's not the same that them partying with their friends. I understand that,
Don't take pictures
but I
of us and having a good time.
I have so much more fun with you.
Yeah.
Like we have a laugh. I feel like we're more like chill and fun than they are.
Yeah, so we do enjoy that, and I think that's what it is. It's just that at times we just like finding those similar kind of people that like to do that kind of stuff. Yeah. But like you said, if once in a while you want to go shopping or afternoon tea or with someone else, you've got that. It's not like me. Someone sweet likes dress up and everything like that, like me. I'll just go, oh, God.
I want to find those girlies who are at my age, even if it's a few years younger, that you can do a dress up with me, get ready with me, go and have cocktails, and they want to be involved in that kind of stuff. I haven't found that yet. I mean, there's so many out there, but I don't go on my way to look at influencers and stuff, because I don't see myself as it's weird. I don't see myself as an influencer, but people like to be known as influencers. Content creator.
Facebook was supposed to be about people making friends, which I don't think it is now. It's just basically
Granddad town.
Everyone's just on there looking at other people's lives.
It's an age group that uses Facebook.
No, it's not.
Still
do. No,
I don't think youngsters.
And many people, they do. Yeah, I think you.
Don't know what's going on.
But what I'm saying is, there should be you get a dating app. There should be like a friendship app. Yeah. Where you don't want to date. You don't want to date people. Yeah. You don't want to date people. I don't want to date you. I don't want to date you. I just want to hang out with. You're going. What do you like? I like hiking, camping, snooker, golf. This. Zip wiring.
So I'm going to have one of those now that you mentioned
and all this, and then or other groups said and then you're going, okay, you know what, this, that, and the other, guys, all want to meet up, and we could just do this event and then see how it goes. If you meet up and you go, oh, okay, and then you
never know. There probably is already an app, or someone's going to nick your idea.
So if not, that's what I think it needs. And you could just say, I want girls who love to dress up, go for cocktails, and we could just have a good time, be in front of the camera. Laugh, joke.
You don't always have the camera in front of you, but just dance. Wanna just let loose and not think about miserable stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's the thing. We all got misery in our life, and there's things that go on and things that shouldn't. But and once in a while, you do need a friend that you want to sit down and open vent or whatever. Nothing wrong with that. Again. But it shouldn't be all the time. Yeah. There should be a time when you're going, okay, we're going for. I'll come to your house. We're gonna have this meaningful conversation. Boom, done. But on a Friday night, when we're going out to party, it's not let's all cry and talk about our meaningful conversation. It's let's let go.
Like that lady I met.
I
don't even know.
That kind of thing, and I think that's what doesn't happen. Everyone keeps on being the same people that they are on Sunday. They're the same people that are on Tuesday, same people on Friday, and it's okay, when's this story gonna stop? When we're gonna just enjoy ourselves?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And I'm sure there's people out there who relate to that. There's probably must be people out there who would like to make friends, that they can do things with.
I'm sure there's many people in the same stage of us, same age or even younger, who
so until then, I've just got to make do with my wife.
You know what, dude? If I wasn't here and I was doing things with other people, you'd be well jealous.
Yeah, because you're doing stuff and I'm got no friends. I'm really no mates.
And then everything I'd want to do, you'd want to do with me. But otherwise you wouldn't want to either.
No, not if it's shopping. If it's shopping, I don't care if it's girls and guys you're going with. I'll just turn around and go.
Stopping up and having cocktails afterwards. So it's not just shopping. We'll shop a little, have a hot drink.
Once in a while, I wouldn't mind.
And then shop a bit more. Then go and have cocktails.
I'll just meet up for cocktails later.
Yeah.
No.
You don't want to see what we've picked our outfits and stuff.
Well, it depends what shop you like going on, then I don't mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's the right shops, then I don't mind joining in and tagging along and telling you how good it looks or doesn't look.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Anyway, guys, that was just I think sometimes it's just what's on your mind and how you're feeling and what you hear. And you also going through, it's just expressing it.
Yeah.
You sometimes feel that.
I think you saw, because of seeing him today.
I met Henry and I felt that. But it's not just that, your post. But also, I just feel sometimes you want people who generate good energy, positive energy. Make you feel that, even when life sucks and things ain't going the way that they are, that people will raise you and make you feel good about yourself. And make you feel special. So if you haven't got family or friends who do that, then you know what? It is what it is. You've just got to wait till those special, good people who actually give a shit about you and want to spend quality time with you and want to, you know, fuss over you and make you feel important.
Make moments special. Every moment
they come into
matters.
your life. And if you haven't got that and people around you, you have got people, but they don't do all that, then
what's the point of having
trust
them?
me, what's the point of having them? You know, you could get that from a stranger.
Don't settle for anything less. Like, honestly, you don't need to just be out the hunt for friends.
And if you're the
we've
person,
been like this for like 6 years.
And if you're the person who keeps on running around people and doing everything and paying for everything and showing them that you care and that they matter and all that, and they don't show it back or do anything, it's not about the words they say, it's about the action. You know, and if their actions don't show that you truly matter and that you're valued and respected, then honestly, that's something that you got to also look at and change. Am I right?
You are so right.
There you go. Normally we want to banter. Normally we want to laugh. But there's people out there wanting meaningful friendships. And you can't laugh and joke about that.
No, you can't.
You can once you got those friends.
Yeah.
Then once they come, they can sit here and we can take a piss out of everyone.
Of course we can.
Huh?
Yeah, like-minded friends, yeah.
Yes.
You can actually get on and you don't
with a
really
sense of
mind.
humour. That you can do jokes and they actually
I'm done with
understand
those. I'm done with those friends that you come away from and you just want to sleep because they just drain the hell out of you.
Yeah.
Don't need that. I haven't had that for years. I do not want it, and looking forward to.
And that's why even the people in their 70s that I hang around with, that, you know, like I said, they've got a sense of humour. They love a banter. They joke.
Yeah.
They've got more energy than the people
short,
in their 40s and 50s and actually 20s.
Life is too short. Why so serious? And yeah. I've done even chasing friends. It's just I don't really care. Whenever they come, they come. I'm not like, oh my God. I might just
actually start hanging around with them and go golfing and places with them. You know what I mean? They seem like more chill and got more of a
the thing is,
happy vibe than anyone else.
You'll take a lot away from them.
Yeah, learn a lot. I do now.
And that's what people don't do. Like they just want to make friends, but it's like, what is it that you're gaining from this relation just other than passing time? I can't do that.
Oh, there you go. Anyway, guys, that was the podcast. Do let us know what else to talk to.
Because time is precious.
Write down in the comments below if you guys are in a similar boat. Have you guys got good friends, people that you want, or are you in the same, it doesn't matter what age you are, hoping that you had friends who, love doing what you do. Also, just maybe write down what do you guys love doing. Who knows, we might make some new friends.
Yeah.
See you next one.
See you. Bye.